Now at 6, recent number crunching reveals an unexpected debt for Fort Scott Community College. Plus, Kansas lawmakers will provide a tax credit to some businesses employing disabled workers. And students at Girard High School get to test their business skills.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Fort Scott Community College is having money troubles. It's affecting hiring and scholarships. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Amber Jenkins learned more about what caused the problem. She joins us now in the studio.
I spoke with Fort Scott Community College President Jason Kegler this morning. He says the school is $1 million in debt. After calculating the expenditures from the previous fiscal year, Fort Scott Community College administration realized that the college was $1 million in debt.
Our purchasing policy as it relates to going and getting the prior approvals and making sure that that we follow the actual processes that are in place. And so we have decided that we're going to cut back on our use of credit cards.
The president, Jason Kegler, says college officials discovered the issue in December. He blames credit card spending and not sticking to the purchasing approval policy caused the problem.
We've pulled back the ability for people to use college credit cards because and we've asked them to start actually utilizing the PO system. And so we're confident. There was some concerns early on about how that would look, but I think all of our employees, our faculty and staff, they've adjusted.
To combat the deficit, a freeze on spending and hiring is in place.
Our focus has been not hiring new folks in positions that are non-essential. If we need a biology instructor, we're going to go out and get a biology instructor. But some of our other positions, if we can do without those for a short run, then we'll do that.
Kegler says their focus is to keep student life normal while correcting the $1 million deficit. As of now, activities, events, and campus upkeep are unchanged.
With the college's foundation endowment association, we do have a substantial gift that's going to minimize that number to keep us in fully functional and fully operational.
President Kegler says there's no suspicion of criminal wrongdoing. Fort Scott Community College plans to hold a community discussion on February 21st at 5:30 p.m. about the deficit and how they're going to overcome it. Dow, back to you.
Amber, thanks. Meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us now with our first look at the weather.
So we had a really nice day today and yesterday. Temperatures are pretty warm and they're still sticking around 65 in Joplin. It was really windy. And that wind is still sticking around throughout the remainder of today and into tomorrow. Right now it's calm, but we will see some gusts upwards of 35 miles per hour, maybe up to 40. No rain, and that's going to stay like that until tomorrow evening. We're tracking the next system right over here off our southwest coast, making its way into our area, coming in Friday late afternoon, early evening time. We may see some pop-up thunderstorms. They start to come in. Clouds roll in around 7 a.m., but those thunderstorms will pop up right around 4 p.m., maybe a little bit earlier, and they'll stick around for the remainder of the afternoon before clearing out. But I'll give you more details on that in just a bit.
Lindsay, thanks. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly today signed into law a bipartisan bill giving a tax break to some businesses that employ Kansans with disabilities. Under the new law, the Disability Employment Act expands an income tax credit for goods and services purchased from qualified businesses that employ disabled workers and pay those workers at least the minimum wage. Businesses that pay Kansans with disabilities less than minimum wage, they're not eligible for the Disability Employment Act tax credit. A Joplin area organization is looking to give away some money and is asking for suggestions on who should get it. The Joplin Regional Community Foundation is inviting residents of Joplin, Webb City, and Carl Junction to submit nominations for its second annual Philanthropic Achievement Award. The award recognizes outstanding and sustained charitable achievement by an individual, organization, or business to benefit any of the 3 communities. The winner of the award will receive a $2,500 donation to go to the charity of their choice. Nominations are due by 5 p.m. on March 1st, and you can find more information at koamnewsnow.com. Girard High School today held their annual Trojan Entrepreneurial Challenge. It featured pitches for 11 business ideas. Today, students were able to present their pitches, kind of like contestants do on that show Shark Tank, for the judges, who consisted of business people in the community. While there were cash prizes on the line, student competitors also gained something that might be a lot more valuable.
They take away the experience, a little bit more confidence, and willing to take on a challenge. They had a small idea. They had to create an executive summary to explain that idea, figure out how they were going to market it, figured out the right pricing for it.
The show culminated with a trade show in the GHS Shireman Auditorium and a short award ceremony in front of the entire student body. Area high school and college students got to take part in the Skills USA District Welding Competition at the Joplin Advanced Training and Technology Center. For the student welders, the competition featured an element of the unknown.
They're not going to know what it's like at that very first weld test. They're going to walk in unaware of what they're about to step into, and that's okay. And that you have to do your best with it, and that those welds that you're practicing currently in school matter.
Students placing first and second place will advance to the state competition in April. Later in sports, the Lions hit the court tonight for some college hoops against Lincoln. John's going to have a preview in just a few minutes. But first, a McDonald County High School student deals with writer's block by writing a play. McDonald County High School students are bringing a fellow student's script to life. KOAM's Anthony Saviello sat down with the young playwright and gives us a look into the world she created.
Okay. Princess Eleanor was walking
The
through
world of
forest.
theater allows artists to bring different ideas and worlds to life.
I actually wrote the show in one night, spontaneously. After dinner with my parents, I was like, oh, I would love to write a story about an author with writer's block, because that's where I was, and I was like, that's a perfect way to get on a writer's block.
For playwright Rebecca Lilly, the words she once wrote down when she was 16 will now be put on the stage by her fellow students.
The creative process and everything, it was wonderful seeing the show being put together. And it's just a wonderful opportunity that this department gets to put this on. It's really an honor.
For main character Alana Frisbee, there's a lot of pressure to make sure her friend's show is portrayed in the perfect way.
She's happy one moment, stressed the next, almost angry the next minute. That's probably one of the hardest challenges too. Also, getting the lines down. The lines are so wordy.
However, it's nothing but praise and support for Rebecca and her show.
Rebecca always follows through with whatever she's going to do, and she does it excellently well. And I knew that that would be the case once we got into this. I'm just glad we found a place during the year to put the play so that, it worked beautifully with everything else that we were doing.
It's just her energy. Her energy, it's so flamboyant, and she just has a beautiful soul, and she knows a lot. She's very knowledgeable.
But Rebecca credits her friends for helping her get to where she is.
I mean, Alana, my main character, and Melanie, my princess, they have been so they've been so supportive and so excited all year to do it. So they're great. I love those girls, they're amazing.
Reporting in McDonald County, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Students are going to perform that show tomorrow at McDonald County High School. For $10, you can see the show and have dinner. Sounds like a bargain. A little bit later, the Lions and Gorillas 2024 football schedules are complete. John's going to have details coming up in sports.
And after the break, we're going to talk a little bit more about the showers we have coming up later this week. I know I've been enjoying this weather for the last couple days. It's been pretty nice, but windy. Temperatures are warm. Taking a look outside at our Cornell Complex camera, as you can see, not a cloud in sight. Still pretty windy as we move into the overnight hours tonight, but there's not any rain on the forecast until tomorrow evening. We're going to go ahead and start tracking that storm. It's right over here off our southwest coast and will be making its way into our area and a little bit later in the afternoon on Friday, right around 4 p.m. But current temperatures right now are beautiful, 65 degrees, clear skies. You can see that sunset's looking really nice. Winds are still pretty fast, gusting up to about 29 miles per hour. Good visibility, and these gusts aren't going anywhere until tomorrow evening. So moving into a little bit later tonight, we're going to see another spurt of gusts up to 38 miles per hour in our northeastern counties. And then we'll see another little patch of fast winds tomorrow around noon, moving north about 31 miles per hour. Those are the gusts. So we're sitting, for the majority of us, around 20-25 miles per hour. And then as we continue on through the day, they're going to start to lighten up, and by Saturday, most of the winds are pretty light coming out of the north. So we won't see any more gusts, but we do see some pop-up thunderstorms making their way into our area tomorrow. Clouds rolling around 7 a.m. And then as we move through time, we'll go around 4 p.m. we start to see these pop-up thunderstorms. They're not going to be severe, but they may be pretty loud. And this is going to continue on through the remainder of the evening. 6:30 p.m. we still see them kind of sitting in our eastern counties for the most part, and then they'll taper off, move out of our area by 9 p.m. And we won't see any more rain until Sunday. So this is due to the little bit of a trough that we have forming over our area tomorrow afternoon. That's why we're getting the instability and pop-up thunderstorms on Friday. Then moving forward, we're going to see this really deep trough right over here making its way into our area, and that is what we're getting on Sunday. So this is going to bring a lot of rain throughout the day on Sunday, and maybe a little bit of snow. That starts to come in Sunday around noon, and we'll see that affect us throughout the remainder of Sunday. Taking a closer look, we see it's coming off of our southwestern counties just right around 8 a.m. We may see it start to make its way, and then continuing out through the remainder of the day. By 4 p.m., most of our southern counties are covered with rain. We may see a little bit of mixed, some rain and some snow, and that'll continue as we move into Sunday evening and into Monday. So taking a look, we're going to see this pop-up thunderstorms on Friday, clear sky Saturday, and then rain and mixed with showers Sunday and Monday with cooler temperatures. Then moving into Tuesday, Wednesday, warming back up, clear skies, and maybe some more pop-up storms Friday, Saturday, next weekend. Cooler temperatures then too.
Wow. High tomorrow, 70 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
And the rain chances in the coming week is more like spring, really, than February.
Right? Yeah, it's getting there.
Lindsay, thanks. Still ahead, the Thunder make a big move ahead of this afternoon's NBA trade deadline. Plus, Missouri Southern and Pitt State football's 2024 football schedules are complete. John Dales has those stories and a lot more up next in sports.
Hey, welcome into sports. I'm John Dales. Missouri Southern football announces this afternoon it'll open its season with a Week 0 game against Midwestern State, and that completes the Lions' 2024 schedule. The Lions play Midwestern State on Thursday, August 29th to begin the year. They host Pittsburgh State in Week 2. It's the second year in a row the Miners Bowl is played in Joplin. Tough first 4 games for Southern. It then travels to Missouri Western and hosts Northwest for the second time in as many years. Their bye week comes on November 2nd, and the Lions finish the year on the road at Central Missouri. Here's Pitt State's full 2024 football schedule. The Gorillas go on the road to play Missouri Southern, Washburn, Nebraska Kearney, UCO, and Northwest. PSU hosts Ferris State to begin the season, then Emporia State, Missouri Western, Fort Hays State, UCM, and Northeastern State. And the full schedules for the Gorillas as well as the Lions are both available right now on our website, koamnewsnow.com/sports. Missouri Southern basketball at home this evening. The Lions have an MIAA doubleheader against Lincoln. Women's game is at halftime right now, and the 24th ranked Lady Lions in control, leading Lincoln 39-18. The Lions defense has held Lincoln to a sub 30% shooting performance through the first half. This would be Southern's 15th win in a row if it can hang on in the second half. At the end of that one, Missouri Southern men's basketball hosts Lincoln. The Lions are coming off a 4-point loss to Central Oklahoma on Saturday. This is the second meeting of the year between the Tigers and Lions. Lincoln won the first battle in December. We'll have highlights from both games in Joplin tonight at 10. We are under 72 hours away from kickoff in Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas. This afternoon, the Chiefs meet with the media for the final time until after the game. Patrick Mahomes says he's confident that he and Andy Reid will be on the same page as always.
Being with Coach Reid for so long now, I have a good feel for the game plan, good feel for how he calls plays, and a lot of the times he'll call the play that I want him to call before I even get it in. I mean, just having a good feel for what he's thinking. I think that's what great coaches and players connections kind of go, is whenever you can kind of call the plays that you know the coach is going to call.
The NBA trade deadline is this afternoon at 2 o'clock, and the Thunder make one of the biggest moves in the league. According to Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN, the Thunder are finalizing a trade to bring in Gordon Hayward from the Hornets. He's averaging more than 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. However, Hayward hasn't played since the day after Christmas because of a left calf issue. The Thunder are trading away guards Trey Mann, Vasilije Micic, and forward Davis Bertans. Hayward turns 34 next month. He's in the last year of his deal, which pays him $31.5 million this year. Back to college football, though. That's now the second year in a row that Missouri Southern gets Pitt State in Joplin. That's going to be the first road game for Tom Anthony as head coach of the Gorillas.
Yeah, but of course, those fans, they'll travel across the state line,
They certainly
whichever
will.
venue it's played at. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KUAM News at 9 on Fox 14. A bill in Oklahoma would ban state-funded agencies from showing support for LGBTQ. Plus, federal lawmakers react to a new report showing Americans have a record amount of credit card debt. And it's one of the many reasons people tune into the game. We're going to look at what goes on in creating the perfect Super Bowl commercial. Yeah, a lot of us watch those commercials pretty close. So those stories, a lot more. It's coming up tonight. KUAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Hey, to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, all you have to do is download the KUAM News app. Boy, it's simple and it's free. Find it in the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store. Just search for KUAM News app. Might as well do it right now. Spirit Week in celebration of the Chiefs' trip to the Super Bowl continued today at a lot of places, including Rise Elementary in Neosho, Missouri, with Travis Throwback Thursday. Kids could dress in the number 87 in honor of Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, that's his number of course, or dress in fashion from the year 1987. Chiefs Spirit Week continues tomorrow with Chiefs Fry-Yay at Galena Elementary because yay, it's the Chiefs. It's amazing, a lot of these kids, they don't know of a time when the Chiefs weren't great because the Chiefs have been great for a while. The weather looking pretty great for a while.
Yep, it's going to get up to 70 tomorrow, but we do see some pop-up thunderstorms tomorrow evening. And then going ahead to Super Bowl Sunday, we're going to have some rainy conditions and then possibly a little snow mix on Monday.
Final sports notes.
We're going to have the highlights from that basketball doubleheader at Missouri Southern back there tonight at 10.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.